Boop. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Okay. New YouTube feature. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted right now. Hello guys. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Boop. Boop. All right. We need to come over here. Some of you have probably seen this already. So I'm gonna throw it out there. There's this Twitch thing going around, and Minecraft essentially is like, I don't know how to describe it. They're running a promotion. I don't believe it's technically a real sponsorship, but it is a promotion where they pay people who play Minecraft. So that's probably running right now. It'll be running for a full hour. So if you guys want to, you know, just, that's a thing. It's there. I get a portion of money from it regardless. I'm not being paid to say anything positive about Minecraft. I am simply being paid to play Minecraft like I always do. So that's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say today other than we're doing something different. We are going to be trying out the new building blocks. I am excited to try them, but I have no clue what we're going to do with it. Because in all honesty, they kind of ruined the blocks, in my opinion. I think it could have had a little bit more saturation put back into it since last time, but it is what it is. You know, I can't be too terribly upset, I suppose. It's a new block regardless. What was I getting ready to do? I need to submit my taxes. That's what I need to do. Boop. All right. There we go. Nathan, congrats on grabbing first. How are you doing, dude? It's good to see you. And then I need to come over here and post there. Okay. And there we go. It didn't update the horizontal stream thumbnail. Why does it do that? Sometimes I'm confused. And I think this is one of those times. Okay. Change that. No, that is updated. Did the vertical stream not? No, they both changed. They just didn't. Okay, let's try that again. Just force upload it there. Hello, Cake Doge. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Admiral, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. I think YouTube's bugged out. It's fine. All right. Boop. And boop. All right. Building blocks. So they have these new blocks here. Welcome to start a stream in a while since you normally catch the ends. That's not entirely wrong. Not entirely wrong. So we've got these new blocks. They're called Cinnabar and Sulfur. And that's what I'm really messing around with today. I'm not anticipating it being a super long stream today, but I did want to experiment with these blocks nonetheless, see what's going on with them, if there's anything we can do with them, because they are neat enough blocks, and it's always nice to try. At least in my opinion, it's always nice to try new things. Okay, we'll start down there. Boop. Okay. Boop. 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 And then the potent sulfur can just go up here. Okay. Slash time set day. I'm not doing great. I can't legally offer any advice on running from the IRS, but I can tell you that they just want to give you a great big hug, that's all. Trust me. I'm not playing more first redeems for me. Heck yeah, dude. You got a crazy number. You're coming up on 100. Actually crazy. Alright, we'll go... Honestly, let's just do it right there, yeah. I'm curious to see how this will turn out. I don't know what we're gonna build yet. That's kind of the scary thing here, because I usually walk into it with at least some sort of idea of something I can build. But today, it's just me. Just me building something. I also missed the chiseled sulfur, which is right there. Okay. Based on that, I gotta think for a minute. Give me a second. They're interrogating my dog. No, not the dog, man. Hello, Water Ghost. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Nikita, hello. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Hello, Jams. Hi. Maine, hello. Welcome to the YouTube side. Water Ghost, Jams. Nikita, thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Build me running for my taxes. I don't know if I can do that, man. I'm sorry. Dawn, Snips, hello. Welcome on in. Hope you guys are doing wonderful today. So let's see what we can do with some of these blocks. I like the colors, but in all honesty, they're really hard to build anything with. I think this could work okay with, like, sandstone, maybe? So let's pull out some sand-related blocks and see if any of those will look good next to it. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that, though. See, it doesn't quite fit well. It clashes just enough, so I don't think that's gonna work. I think the 2 new blocks might go well with mangrove. I do think mangrove would look good. I do agree with that. Yeah, I mean, if we go with mangrove immediately, I think that's an easy call. With cinnabar, especially. It's just, it's perfect. It might even go well with sulfur. It's a very different, I mean, okay, so in color theory, I don't usually get into color theory, but I remember this from, like, 4th grade, maybe. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh yeah, color theory. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. So color theory, there's 2 types of colors, right? So there's warm colors and cool colors. So warm colors are things that are like in your yellow and reds, and then your cool colors are like blues and greens and things like that. Obviously, some of those colors are mixtures of other colors. You know, green is made by blue and yellow, for example. Purple would be a cool color, even though it has some red in it. But that's kind of how you take the color wheel and you can kind of split it in half almost, and there's a division there of cool and warm colors. These are both warm colors, very much so. So if you look at it from that perspective, you usually don't want to start throwing in anything that's going to clash with it completely. Like, for example, blue might not look absolutely terrible with yellow, but I think with red it definitely would, because it's just an opposite color. So I'm gonna hold off on the blue And I think bamboo would actually look good with sulfur, because it's got green and a decent amount of yellow in it. Especially if you go with one of these guys. So you got some options there right away. What about prismarine? Prismarine's pretty good. I mean, you've got a couple of different types of prismarine too. And as you expand the palette, it's not so bad. You can actually get away with a lot more. Prismarine might not look bad because it's got a very similar texture to sulfur. It is a little bit contrasty. Now, dark prismarine, I definitely could see working. I wouldn't be opposed to keeping that in there, and it may even work okay with cinnabar. It really depends on what we want to build. What should we build, even? These blocks could lend themselves to a lot of cool things, and so I'm just trying to think, what do we want to try today? Yeah, I saw some people using the sulfur cube pretty interestingly. Bedrock has a pretty cool thing. It's not in Java, I don't believe. We can try though. If you take a sulfur cube and... Can I not put honey in it? I can't. It must be honeycomb. But if you do that, and then you had to put... Basically, you could kind of do this sort of thing where... bucket. Hang on. So you could put it up there on bedrock, and it would stay. And you could actually hook it up to a lead with a boat, and you could ride the boat and punch the cube, and it would launch it. And you could basically have a monorail like that, which is really, really cool. Unfortunately, it's not available in Java for whatever reason. We don't know why. It's just one of those weird things. Also, fun fact, you can put any type of sulfur cube in a bucket, even if it has a block inside of it, which is really, really cool. But I did see the flying machine, yeah. It's pretty cool what you can do with it. Mud, maybe? Yes, mud would definitely work as well. It's got some browns in it, which would actually work with both of these blocks, because, for example, right here, there's almost a granite-like texture. I may go with polished granite even, but that right there kind of works. And then you said mud, which is also something that I think would work with both. It should work over here too. It doesn't work perfectly, but it's got a little bit of a clash, but it's not terrible. The one I saw was in a boat with a lead attached to the cube, and they use a spear to push it, make it fly. Yeah, that one definitely is creative only kind of thing. But the one I saw, they were able to do it in survival, from my understanding. I think you can do it with a wood boat and a lead. Not sure though. Yeah. So what they do is you lead it to the cube, and it would stick. But because we don't have the sticky functionality like that yet, or it may not ever come to Java because for whatever reason they just decide not to. You know what? There's a game rule menu now. Why don't I use that? Edit game rules, time, off. And you know what? Weather. off. There we go. Okay. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, what are we doing here? Jungle planks actually would probably look okay too, with the yellow blocks. But I don't want to I don't want to go full on brown with just yellow, because brown is a neutral color really. If you throw all the colors into a little pool, you usually get some shade of brown. So brown is a safe enough color to use, but so is, like, for example, white and black, so you could even pull in birchwood, and you'd be surprised, but it doesn't exactly clash. I mean, the texture is ugly, but the colors themselves aren't the issue here. So we'll see. Purple works if you do the emoji. I did try amethyst. What? Purple definitely would work though, yes. Purple would work. Hello user, welcome on in. Hello. Amethyst. I think I saw somebody do amethyst, especially with the cinnabar blocks. It does work. I wouldn't want to use it super heavily, but I think purple does work in general with it. Does it work with the sulfur, or does it clash? You should shave the beard. I agree. I 100% agree. Are you streaming on YouTube? I stream on both YouTube and Twitch. Thank you for subscribing, whoever subscribed. I appreciate ya. Okay. Pink might technically work, but I think it might clash as well with the mangrove. It would work especially a lot better with the lighter shades here. It almost complements. You've also got terracotta, which is another similar shade of red here. As you can see, there's that. How can you see both the comments on YouTube and Twitch? No monitor. I have 3 monitors, and so what I have is one chat window on my side, so I can see both of your guys' chats. Maybe like a temple with mud and granite for the build. That could work. Stop playing Minecraft and show us your guitar skills. I don't take kindly to people telling me what to do. I want to just play Minecraft today, in all honesty. 3? Yeah, I've got 3. I got 1 for Discord, I got 1 for the game, and then 1 for OBS and chat. Your graphics card? I'm running an RTX 3070 graphics card. Can you join my SMP? Hello, Dr. Virtual. Unfortunately, I don't join anybody else's Minecraft servers. That's just for protective purposes for me. Because you guys can collect a lot of information on people just from them joining your servers. So I try not to join random servers if I can avoid it. Hello, I'm back. Hello, Tall. Hello. Oh, wow. Hi, Swiftu. They look so good. I actually think that they could look better. I really wish they would resaturate them, because it's really hard to use the blocks with other blocks. It's definitely not a star block. Like, I don't foresee myself being able to use it in a ton of places. Like, for example, we could do like a yellow brick road now. That's not something we could have done before. But you quite literally can have a yellow brick road, which is kind of cool. I hate how it sounds. I don't know why they chose this for the sulfur sounds. But, you know, like, it's a good pathway block. I like that. I suck at building. Any tips? Keep practicing. Find... You know what? We could do that today, actually. Hang on. Let's find a quick piece of inspiration. Let's go to... here, and I'm just gonna look up what's looks more goldish than yellowish, but the problem I have with it is that it doesn't work at all with gold, which sucks. That's really the tough thing. It makes gold still really, really hard to use. And it doesn't fit with yellow concrete, wool, or powder. It kind of works with terracotta, though. But for example there, all of those blocks are completely different vibrancy and saturation than these two. Which makes me sad. Hot take, waffle fries over normal fries. I kind of can agree with that, especially if you salt them properly. But I like the potato to crunch ratio with waffle fries better. My life has rapidly been changing. Without diving in, I'm currently sitting on a bed wearing a girl's hoodie, spray and perfume while talking to her about life. That's fun. That's cool, dude. Congrats. I think. You prefer medieval aesthetic or modern aesthetic? I usually lean into medieval fantasy, but I have been trying to take some of those ideas and bring them into modern senses, and also taking modern things and turning them into fantasy type of builds. What about building? What are you building? I am building something. We haven't decided yet what that might be, but we will build something. But yellow bricks, think of Victorian houses. That's a good point. Yes, we could do some things like that, because we haven't had yellow bricks in the past. In the past, you would... I mean, hang on. Let me pull up some, let's, red, I'm just gonna Google this, red and yellow fantasy house, and just see what pops up. Of course, I'm seeing a lot of Minecraft stuff here. That's not really what I want. Can I just scroll past the Minecraft stuff? Not necessarily. Alright, I've got a small little thing here that I can try. That red is so new. Like, we don't have anything that red shade. It is definitely an in-between tone. I will say that. They've done a good job with the red. The thing was they just couldn't use this red with the old yellow that they had. That's really the problem I'm having with it, though, because it's like, you know, we got lucky with the reds because we didn't need any more desaturation or a new tone introduced. Because crimson, I mean, I think it actually kind of fits okay with it as well. Mangrove fits in fine. Even red concrete, it sits fine with that because it's just adjacent enough. The problem I run into with concrete colors, in all honesty, is just the fact that there's not enough texture to them. So when you're standing up close, it kind of ruins it. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Hello, Snacks. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. It's Roll Tide Red. It kind of is, now that you mention it. Those slabs actually be perfect for one of the builds I just finished. Hey, hello, Blossom. Welcome on in. Yeah, hopefully. That's one of the nice things about it, is it does kind of make up for the fact, like, we do need slabs of all these variants. So having these slabs right here, I could see it being handy. Adds a lot of shape that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to have had. You could do red with polished quartz and a checkered pattern for a sort of pizzeria floor. Wait, hold on. That's a good idea. Quartz. Just to give us an idea. Oh, wow. That could actually work. Oops. Oh, yeah, I don't hate that. That's nice. Those are actually perfect for the Galactic Republic symbol of Star Wars. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking that too. It's hard not to do a Star Wars build, but like Venator class Star Destroyers, oh my goodness, this red would be perfect for it, I think. How does resin brick look with the yellow one? Quite bad, probably. I don't know. This would be like a highlight block, I think. It wouldn't be able to be like a star player, necessarily, but I don't think I hate it. It's just, it's so bright compared to this one. I just finished building one. Oh, nice. Do you stream on Twitch? I stream on both Twitch and YouTube, yeah. Maybe polished diorite as well. Polished diorite actually is kind of a goated block. Same thing with calcite. Polished diorite. I'm gonna stop tearing down things as we build them because I just want to kind of experiment with you guys here. So we're gonna stop tearing things down because this might lead to a video possibly, and I want to be able to reference all this if I need to. I think it almost fits better with the diorite because they both have a similar texture to them. But calcite's too bright. I think diorite almost has the perfect texture there. I thought they had a brick version of that. Oh, of the resin? They do. Boop. Yeah. I wish we'd get some consistency with the different types of bricks. Like, we have these larger bricks and then we have these smaller bricks. And that's also true of, like, for example, brick blocks. These are the smaller type of bricks, while stone tends to have the larger bricks. And I wish we could have some consistency there. Whether that mean, like, there's a different type of stone brick, so there's this one and then these are chiseled bricks or something. I don't know. I feel like we could use a little bit more of that. It's not bad. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it though. Too bright. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm struggling with. Is it's the shading of it isn't lending itself very well, but we'll figure it out. Lightning Viper, hello, welcome on in. Next time I can play, I'm gonna swap out the red for that. Dude, I hope that looks good. The red kind of looks like Golden Gate Bridge red. It's actually pretty close, yeah. Okay, wait. This kind of does have like a metal texture just because of the brushed gray tones underneath it. We might... There's some opportunities there. Been able to mess around with these because I can't find the wire for the storage. Because the diorite looks kind of dirty, marbly, which would work better than what I thought quartz would. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. You know, pizzerias have like a very distinct, almost grungy kind of look to them. The floors always end up getting a little smudged, and they're never spotless. Because there's always people coming in and out of the doors. So I like having a little bit of a smudged look on it. And even then, you might even be able to swap in these instead. It might kind of look... That might be too much, but it also almost fits better texture-wise if you're up close on the floor itself. I feel like this draws a lot less attention than this does. But it's not terrible. If we had connected textures, this block would look great for like a Walmart floor. I don't know how many of you guys have been on a Walmart lately, but that orange floor that they have, like the orange concrete pad, it kind of looks similar in color to this almost. It looks alright from a distance, but up close it's not the best, yeah. Yeah, that's the other struggle here. I was trying to mess around with gradients earlier, and I'm having a really hard time putting it into a gradient that up close doesn't get absolutely ruined. Let's try to build something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start with the sulfur bricks, and we'll do a red roof, red details. So Cinnabar as our detail block. We'll try to use the yellow as our main block and see what we can do. Let's just put it up on the hill over here. So the reference image I'm looking at here, it's got an entrance on the front. So let's push it back a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think 9 is a fair entrance. And then the reference image I'm looking at, I'm just kind of looking at illustration that somebody did of a fantasy type house, and so I'm just kind of going off of that. So this one goes all the way back on the house. So it goes all the way back here, right? Then on this end, it would go in just a few blocks, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, because you want an 2 more, because that gives you 5, which is enough room for a window in the middle right there, which would be nice. Okay, so then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I guess. And then we'll just bring that back as well. This is going to be a little bit big, I think, but we have some opportunity with it, I think. I think this will be fun. We'll see how it goes, but I think this will be fun. I do like how gold they look. I won't lie, the more I'm looking at it as its own block, not trying to pair it with everything else, I am starting to fall in love with it just a little bit more. So, do you have teeth bracelets? Like, braces? Is that what you're asking? And no, I do not. I probably needed them, but it's kind of at that point in my life where it's a lot more hassle to get them. Insurance doesn't like to cover dental, and the truth of the matter is we have a lot better methods than braces if you can afford them. So if you're already going to pay out of pocket, you might as well get the thing you actually want, which in my case, I would go for a Invisalign of some sort. Which is like a retainer, but it slowly pushes your teeth to where they're supposed to go. The normal cinnabar looks kind of like the raw copper block, but with the blobs, without the blobs of green. That's a good point. Hang on. Raw copper. Yeah, actually, I can definitely see it. It's toned down on the brightness a little bit, like exposure has dropped down, and then like you said, the green has been changed into like these almost brown tones. Boop. Okay. So I think I'm actually going to have it raised up 1 block because height variance does play a good role in this. And then we need a door of some sort. I think I'm going to go with a mangrove door because it'll match the cinnabar pretty well. And I think I'm going to actually inset it a little bit here, if I can. There we go. Is the sulfur update on Java yet? 26.2 snapshot 1 came out today, so it's still in snapshot testing, but it is available for you to test if you would like to. So I think we need to bring a 3rd block into here. Otherwise, it's going to be very basic almost. And we don't want it to be too basic. So I'm going to try to pull in some sort of block here. Smooth sandstone might look okay. Or smooth stone, sorry. Sandstone of some sort could look cool. Endstone may even look fine. I don't know. Let's, definitely not. That's possible. But I feel like if you're going to use that similar of a color, why not just use that? Deep slate? Deep slate would look good. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm not liking any of these. Let's try some of your guys' suggestions there. Mud. And deep slate. Let's try a couple different deep slates. Okay. I'm gonna put a pic of the Venator in the Star Wars without the cinnabar. Yes, please do. I'd love to see that. Can we all take a moment and appreciate area math? Absolutely. Goated track. Okay, mud does work. I think it also needs to be like a little larger of a platform here. And then I would do probably a slab there. That's almost laughably large, though. So I would maybe inset it instead, so that it could be, so we could do something like that instead, maybe? I feel like that's still too big. Let's take stairs instead. Mud stairs. There we go. Okay, so that works. That does work. Now let's try a darker tone and just see how that looks. So mud is a safe bet. Let's put the mud there just so I don't forget about it. What about deep slate tiles? How do we feel about this? I rely on deep slate tiles so much, so it's not even fair. I think whatever we do, we need to also remove that there so that it doesn't clash. Okay, that works. Hello, Ellen Lee. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Thank you for spending your taxes. Snacks, you as well. I put it in build showcase. Sweet. Okay. Never been to a Walmart aside ASDA. UK store was owned by Walmart up until I think 2020, 21. Okay, I see. Interesting. I forget that not everybody has Walmarts. Okay, so deep slate tiles isn't bad. I will try that again after I try the rest of these, but I'm having a feeling it's probably gonna be between those two. This one's got a lighter tone to it. I need all the stair variants. Hang on. ASDA is one word, ASDA. Really? Okay, interesting. Gotcha. Maybe we could do a porch along with the wall blocks. Like... Are you thinking like a wraparound porch or like with the actual wall blocks? Because I was kind of thinking of using Cinnabar to do like this sort of thing and then doing a roof on top. Or even doing something like that. I think attaching it, putting them right next to each other might... I don't know. Let's experiment a little bit here. I definitely want these to go up. And then what I was kind of thinking was... My voice feels very naked right now. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. I was kind of thinking of using Cinnabar as like a roofing block. So it would look something like this. If I can do it. Oop. Too tall, but it's almost too wide. But if you go any smaller, then you've got a one block walkway, and that's no good either. I mean, this might just end up being a really tall house, and that might not be a problem. Your dog wiped out the tax people. That's insane. How many guitars do you have? I have 2. So I've got an electric. You can actually see it in the mirror. It's way in the back, but it's actually right here. And then I have an acoustic right there. And then I sometimes play my dad's guitars, which he's got quite a few. I think he's got 3 or 4 of them. One of them being a 12-string, one of them being a baritone, and then I think he's got another 2 that are... One's a beater, and then the other one's, I think his really nice Gibson. We're safe for another couple years, W. Let's go. By the way, some crazy tip for builds I would give is when you take a picture of the final product, you don't have If you don't have access to shaders, upload your pick in the chat and ask it to make the build look cinematic. That would add some cinematic framing, because it'll change up the lighting, which will kind of make it look a little different. That is an idea. I don't usually do that, because I do usually have access to my own shaders. But I'll have to remember that, maybe. A Gibson? Yeah, he's got a Gibson. I'm trying to remember which model, I guess it would be. It's an acoustic. He doesn't play electric, but he does like it pretty good. So we could. Do we like the bricks? I feel like it's almost too busy with this wall, but then again, we're gonna actually do some texturing to the wall, I think, after I figure out how tall it's gonna be, so I should probably figure that out right now. And that'll help kind of break up the constant brick texture. Because that's the problem I'm running into right now. It is very, very, very line heavy, and the further away you get, that's less prevalent. But this build should also be viewable up close since it's a house. So, we've got, let's see, so what's story 1's leveling at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to go up 7 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then I guess we need this. And this would be where our second roof would go. If I can do it. There we go. Boop. I feel like these might be clashing just a little bit. That's my only concern right now. And I don't know if there's much I can do right now outside of... I guess what I could do is we could frame it in a different block. I haven't decided. I'm gonna go. All right, sounds good, James. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. So many options with the build, for real, dude. There is so many. I was in a guitar class once, and they let us laser print something on a guitar, and someone wanted to write Gibson, but wrote Gibson instead of to avoid getting in trouble. That's awesome. Oh man, that's funny. My dog just levitated out my house roof and broke my roofing, bruh. Reg's live, you can't go now. Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you guys, you're not allowed to leave. Once you come in, you can't go. Okay.
Hello there.
I'm not hating this. Nia, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I guess what I would do here... Yeah, okay. Let's do this sort of thing. And then we'll figure out the texture gradient that we'll use. Which will have a slight color differential because there's more or less lines in it, but we'll try to stick to using sulfur almost exclusively. So let me pull out all of my sulfur blocks. Oops, sorry, sulfur. Boop, 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 and boop. We can even pull out the chiseled, but I think we'll save that for certain areas. Maybe an outside decoration kind of thing. So based on this, I would say this is one of our topmost blocks. Then I think it goes in that order right there. So how tall is this? We have 7 plus 7, which is 14 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So 18 blocks tall. Divide that by 3. And you have, what is that, 6? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we go based off of that, that'll give us some texture variation if we actually do a gradient like this. So let's try that. Let's try that. Sounds cool. Not sure how much I'd love a gypsum guitar. I don't know what you mean. I think that would be great. Blossom, thank you for watching for 0.5 hours. GG's, half an hour total. Pretty good. Al, thank you for 1 month's worth of tax submissions. 31 times. GG, dude. Thank you, thank you. They were definitely creative with it. I never thought of doing that. I haven't either. That's actually really fun. I think it's past 1 year now if you can find all my accounts. Probably a little over. I would say it's probably almost definitely over a full year at this point. I'm gonna messy it up just a little bit after this. So don't worry about the flat, harsh lines. It will look better. Just give me a minute. Oops. Okay. And then this one, of course, would come into play. Okay, I love these blocks. I'm sorry, I'm starting to love them. I may try to incorporate some more mangrove into the build. I think that would look good, and we might even try to find a way to use bamboo, especially around some windows. I think the wood types will really stand out. Nathan with 224.42 hours, Al with 22.8, Snacks with 18.17. Appreciate you all so much. Thank you. Really can't do this stuff without you, so it means a lot. Okay, so based off of that, what I'm seeing here, we need to... yeah, let's knock it down a little bit here, okay? And here. And then bump it up a little bit around about there. Okay. Knock this down a little bit down here. And then pull this one up to here in some places. Maybe drop that one down, okay. It's hard because that's a tiling texture, but I wish we had like a smooth sulfur block. Like if we could have that as a smooth borderless block, oh my goodness. That would be perfect. It would be literally so perfect. I have a good feeling about this build. Thank you. I appreciate ya. Almost a year anniversary. 10 months, 4 days, 46 minutes. GG's, Nathan. You're insane, dude. Al with 1 year, 7 months, 8 days. Has it really been that long? Man. Nikita, 74 hours and 74.25 hours. Nice. Oh no, I'm playing Skyrim and an NPC clips in my camera so I can see her teeth and gums through the hole where her lips and nose should be. Lovely. I remember doing that in a lot of games. You'd see like their eyeballs and their mouth, but you wouldn't be able to see anything else. It was creepy. I'm new. Hello, Far. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. Thank you for popping in, and thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you, Cake Dog Doge, for subscribing. The watch time and age. I know, it's kind of crazy. Nikita with 4 months, 26 days, and 6 hours. You guys are insane. Thank you so much. This might seem crazy, but I have only recently seen Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and Rogue One for the first time. Really? Well, that's A-okay, dude. Good movies all around. I wish I could go back and watch them for the first time, so... maybe you waited for just the right amount of time. Who knows? Hello again. Hello, Kat. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Okay, I gotta figure out how this is gonna work. Because I just now realized... Well, no, I don't have to worry about that yet because what I'll do is I'll probably just match it up to here. I think this will work. So that one would be to right about there. Yeah? Possibly? 10-month followage, 224 hours, that's 22.4 hours a month. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Nikita, 4 months, 26 days, 6 hours. Hello, cat. Yeah, I know what's happening. Turn around in Minecraft. In Minecraft, what? I don't know. I love the Rogue One. Rogue One is so good. It is so good. So far my favorite. That's fair. Are these new blocks part of that new biome that was shown in Minecraft Live? Yes, these are the sulfur and cinnabar blocks. What is the use of the sulfur cube, by the way? It is more of a minigame type of blocks, or creature. So I can show you guys really quick. It's really cool. It doesn't do much by itself, but as you can see, if I put a block inside of it, I can punch it as much as I want, and it will never break. And so you can kind of use it like a ball. And you can pick it up with a bucket. And then you can move it around. So, boop. And then I could bring it over here. And boop. And it sells the block inside of it. So you can do some cool things like that. I like the ice inside of it. Because when you put the ice inside of it, you can kick it around like this and it'll slide. So you could feasibly play like hockey, for example. Which I think would be a lot of fun to play Minecraft hockey. There's also, I like it with moss. It kind of becomes a lot more like a ball. And I was kind of playing around with it, and I think this would be the best one for soccer. Like, it has a lot of ball-like qualities, and if it will stop, if you get enough momentum on it, you can do stuff like that. So you can actually have it launch up, and if you do it correctly, you can actually block shots too. So it'll be a lot of fun, and I think people will find some cool ways to use it. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, but it's a really cool thing. I don't know what I would use it for in a single-player build. There was one that I actually liked as well. I recorded a video earlier today, actually. I ended up deciding to scrap it because I wasn't happy with it. So I'm just not going to cover the snapshot in video format. But you could use this one because punching it does, like, nothing. Like, it moves, but not much. I think it's much easier to push it. So you could do, like, a puzzle where people have to push down certain trapdoors, kind of like in Portal. For those of you guys who know of Portal, it's kind of like that. You could do that where you have to put the cubes on these certain blocks in order to get it to open up doors, and then you could have, like, a puzzle like that. And if you take a dispenser, I've done a lot of research with these guys. So if you take a dispenser, I'm going to try to get this at a right angle. And you take, I believe, a bucket. And then I'm just going to grab a button. I might not be close enough. Hang on. Okay, I need to scoot you over. Let's try that again. Can you only dispense them? You might only be able to dispense them. Yeah, okay, so you can only dispense them. Never mind. That does make it a little bit more difficult because I was gonna say you can have it self-reset. That's something that Mojang needs to kind of consider. I guess, like, you could probably breeze. What are they called? Wind charge. I was gonna call it a breeze ball. You could wind charge them out of the way into, like, a water stream to reset it, I guess. But, for example, these guys aren't gonna move. So you'd have to really hit it. Which I guess with, like, the right, with the machine, if you build it correctly, you can actually have a breeze shoot a ton of wind charges, and it will, launch. It'll launch these guys. Is there a way to killing one without commands? Yeah, you can kill them, so if it's just a normal guy like this, you can beat the crap out of them. And then they'll split into two. And then you can kill them. But these guys will grow up, so if you want to duplicate them, that's how you get more of them. Is you just beat the snot out of them. But these guys right here, you can't even crit them. I think doing a crit does add more to the launching power, though. Can you give blocks to the tiny ones, too? I actually don't know. Let's find out. You cannot. Unfortunately. Any drops from killing them? Unfortunately not. No. Hello, Dean. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. I remember that in a Pokemon game in the caves, you had to push boulders to certain places. Ooh, yes. Yes, it's in a lot of games, actually, but... Portal was just the first one I could think of, because that's all the game is, practically, is putting cubes on things. Can you give the tiny ones golden dandelions? Actually? Let's find out. You can. You very much can. Hello, basically noob. Hello, hello, welcome on in. Should drop little balls like slime. That's crazy. That's crazy, Nathan. I wouldn't be surprised if they do get a drop at some point, just because I'm sure sulfur will need to be craftable at some point in time. It seems like Mojang has kind of tried to move in that direction, add craftable, craftable blocks. So just trying to add more recipes to everything. That way it's more obtainable. But I don't know if they ever will. We'll see. What does the golden dandelion do? That stops them from growing up. So you give it to any baby mob, and it will stop them from ever aging. I'm a guy who supports small content creators like you. I sub. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you. See, I'll just drop it down into here. Okay, and then we'll take it back.
Hello there.
And then I'll have to do a ton to the windows to make this even look good, I think. But we've got an idea. And I think sandstone would be a good block to use as a decorative block around the windows, maybe. And then interior-wise, I don't know what I would do, to be entirely real. I think I maybe went a little too wide, honestly, here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We always do. Alright, jump these up in. Have you guys been following the moon mission at all? I've been watching it pretty closely, and it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy space things. I know that's like a little random. It just popped into my head, though. I was like, oh yeah, Artemis. That's out there. It's really, really cool to see that we have humans up in space again, but just how far away they really are, and they're on their way home. It's really, really cool. Really cool stuff. Friday evening night splashdown. Yes, sir. I've been watching them like a hawk. It's been a lot of fun. Also, I apologize for the ads, guys. I know they suck. And then kind of go all the way up there. Okay. Yeah, I think this might be a little tall and long, because it's not realistic for me to finish this whole build today. So we may just kind of go for one angle, or maybe two. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, the moon finally getting the attention she deserves. Heck yeah. I've always wondered why we haven't gone back to the moon. Like, we suddenly started really caring about Mars, and, like, don't get me wrong, Mars is cool. But the moon, okay? It's right there. We might as well go... Okay, this is part of the problem. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we'll scooch it over one more. From this side. And that'll fix my problem. There we go. She? Who said it was a she? I mean, that's fair. Are we assuming the planet's gender? Oh my gosh. She's too pretty, couldn't be a he. That's a good point. That is actually a very compelling argument, now that you mention it. Okay. This isn't too bad. It's very, very, very flat, though. That is my only concern right now. King of Technology, hello, welcome on in. Boys can be pretty. I don't know, am I pretty? I just assumed everybody was talking about me. That's my bad. I'm not a narcissist, I promise. I just sometimes sound like one. He's can be pretty. Look at Reg's cam, proof is right there. Somebody's buttering me up. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, not the A-frame. I have beef with A-frames. A-frames are... They're interesting little creatures. I hate them only because they're really a pain in the butt to deal with. And right now, for whatever reason, this side is hanging higher than this side, so this needs to come up, and this needs to be cut. There we go. Okay, that fixed it. That fixed it. We're good. Guys, I'm joking. I'm sure y'all are very pretty. I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of men in my time, and I don't think they're very pretty. Women are just better, guys. I'm sorry. I may try to even throw in some of the potent sulfur at the top. Just to sneak it in a little bit, because it is a good block. But I don't want to, like, overload on it.
Hello there.
King of Technology, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, dude. What's your favorite kind of technology? What technology in specific is, like, your favorite part? Yeah, there's no way that fits into this palette. There's got to be an in-between for those. Never mind. Computers, that's fair. Computers are good. There's all sorts of things a computer can do, too, which is always fun. So the further away I get back from it, it looks a lot better. Like I said, I think the polished stuff would look so much better if we had a borderless version. but we do not have the means for that. Another family member reg, huh? Wait, what? Guys, he's feminist to appreciate the pretty boys. He's too feminist to appreciate the pretty boys. I don't know if that's good or not. Probably good. You know, I just really, really, really love women. Women are great. Have you guys seen women? I think we need to consider the possibility that women might possibly just be better than men. Y'all think I'm joking. There's a name for people like me. I believe it starts with S and ends with P. Oops. King, I found your build. Check DMs. Okay, bet. Let me, let's see it. Oh my gosh, wait. I'm building a Peppa Pig house. Oh no. Thanks for that, Snacks. Thanks. It's coming out good? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Peppa Pig house sounds awesome. I mean, Peppa Pig was pretty cool. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. Let's... what time is it? They're in the DC? Oh, that's a good point. Who sent me a friend request? Somebody sent me a friend request. I will respond to that later. I have a feeling I know what it's about. It's probably to trash my art assets and to get me to buy new art assets that are definitely not AI generated, right guys? Someone could be really nasty, especially other women. Guys are more chill in that example. I mean, there's definitely examples where, like, women are worse than men, and definitely a lot of examples of men being worse than women. I find I have a better time when there's women around than when there's men. I've had experiences with women that are not great. But men... they're not terrible people. I just want to, like, say that. They're not. There are a lot of great men out there. But a lot of them have tendencies to just consume alpha male content at an alarming rate. And, you know, I can't deal with the constant I'm too manly for this kind of thing crap. Like, please, dude, your finger is cut off. Go to the doctor. Like, it's not that hard. There's definitely a line, and I think a lot of people struggle to find that line on both fronts. Just like men can be overly manly, there's definitely examples of women being overly womanly. You know, it's all about your preferences, really, I suppose. I just find it's easier, at least in the spaces that I hang out on, women tend to be a lot easier to get along with, purely because they're already in what a lot of people would consider a traditionally male-dominated hobby, gaming. So they're already not overtly, like, into things that are, like, very closed, gendered topic, like makeup is... I mean, men can wear makeup, too. There's a slippery slope here if I don't start clarifying everything, so I need to be careful. You know, there's But most men aren't going to wear makeup because most of us don't want to spend the money on it, truthfully. And most of us don't know what in the world we're doing. I've had women ask me if they could do my makeup. I'm scared. I am terrified. What are you supposed to do when that happens? Say no? You know, this kind of looks like copper, but copper definitely looks more like copper. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Like that could easily fit in with copper, which is good. Peeps have their moments, unfortunately. Yelp. AI generated in today's world, never. Can't unsee it. It's definitely like Peppa Pig's house. Just see Snack's picture. Yelp. Getting your makeup done could go one of two ways. I'm scared because knowing the people that have asked me, it could go either way. It could go either way. It might be like flawless and they'll actually try, or I'm gonna get turned into the Joker from the Dark Knight trilogy, and there's gonna be lipstick smeared and a creepy smile. It's one of the two. It's never guaranteed. It's just one of the two. I'm too manly for this, King, guys. King wants more femboys join the cause with me. Copper does look more like copper. I agree. Coppery copper. It's more coppery copper than copper. Or, cinnabar, sorry. Yeah, they get very little done, or you just get a complete makeover. Yeah, I mean, that's the scary thing as well. If it looks good, then I'm stuck. Like, I will forever know that I would look better with makeup on. If it looks good. Let's try to pull in some of the mud. I think it would look really good, like, for example, right here, as, like, a windowsill. And we need to figure out what in the world we're doing here. So let's see if cinnabar slabs will just fit in for now. I think we'll do some sort of, hola, Ray. Solos Ingles, por favor. You guys, your streamer is bilingual technically. I totally didn't butcher any of that. Do you have an idea going into the build or just freestyling? Definitely freestyling. I just kind of started over here placing blocks with you guys while we talked about what it would look good with, and then I just looked up red and yellow fantasy house, and the image I'm going based off of, I'm pretty sure is an AI generated photo. I'm not gonna lie, because it's listed on a site called Crayon, and it's Craiyon. I'm just now realizing that, and the title of the image is it's got a lot of commas, which means it's probably separating prompts. But you know what? I didn't realize until I started, and it doesn't even look like it. So we're fine. It's fine. This is not AI generated. My reference might have been. I'm sorry. I know I committed an unforgivable sin, guys. Sorry. It's funny. King, everyone look better with makeup. It just needs to be the right makeup and the right way being applied. That's fair. That is fair. Hello, bro. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Ray. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Kit, I have no clue what you just said there. If you would like to try to speak English, I might be able to understand you. Let's try... Would sandstone look good with this, or would it be better off with us trying a different block? I think sandstone might. Kind of like a highlight block, almost. Sorry, no, you're all good, dude. I just can't read whatever other people are saying if it's not English. I apologize for that. We need some sort of depth there. So what I'm gonna do, hang on. We need sandstone stairs first. Okay. I'm Indonesia? Nice. Indonesia's a pretty cool place. And then we need some sort of trapdoor. Let's try, we'll try spruce. I also want to try bamboo. And copper. And mangrove. Okay, what we need to do is some of this. God. Okay. Well, it could be like that because, yeah. What if we did this? Okay. Because that gives it some depth, at the very least. And we actually could use sulfur stairs instead for the top level. So like that. Wouldn't be terrible. Alternatively, we rip open this portion as well. Just to give it a little bit more. Mosaic bamboo wouldn't be too bad. Let's try. It's definitely a lot more similar of a block. I don't know if I like the pattern on that one. I usually like it, but I think it's a little bit much. We could try a different bamboo here, though. Please keep politics out of my chat. That's not something I'm really interested in. I'm a Minecraft streamer, dude. I appreciate your passion, but I direct it somewhere where somebody else will actually make a change. There's enough water in the world to go around. Let's see. I want something that almost... I don't want to use that. I need, like, some color that's not just yellow or red. And that's kind of my worry here, is a lot of these are very similar to what we've already got. Hello, Apna. Welcome on in. Birch could work, possibly. We'll try both birch planks and trapdoor. Pale oak. Ooh. Birch at least introduces a new texture. Pale oak is a good idea. There's a couple that we could try here as well. I do think whatever we do here, we do need to do like some amount of depth at least. That's not terrible though. Or do we want to do that? I'm from India. Nice. From which country are you from? I'm from the United States. East Coast. Let's try pale oak. I don't mind it too much. Boop. And then Okay, and then we need these stairs. So it'll be like that. I feel like we need to do something across the top because that is very flat. What we could do is we could try to do an opposite. So we could try to do something like up here. Which I feel like doesn't really serve the purpose I'm trying to do there. We could try to pull back in the reds. Or, I'm struggling here. Alternatively, we just pull this out. And, that sets right here instead. But it doesn't really help with the depth problem. So I'm not entirely certain how I feel about it yet. But this will have like a flower pot on it. So it'll be here, and then I want some sort of purple flower. What kind of flowers do we have? I never remember their names. Alliums. Pink tulip. Do we have any other purple flowers that can go in the pots? It doesn't look like it. Can we put coral in pots? That really should be a thing. And then you could do saplings, so a cherry sapling could work. What about azalea? Can you put like a flowering azalea in there? Oh, you can. Okay. Yeah, so you can't do coral, but you can do flowers. Okay. Okay. Nice block combo. Thank you. I appreciate you. What's the average RPM of gaming in the United States? Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't really pay attention to the RPMs because I don't get a ton of views. So it's not something that makes me a particularly large amount of money. The truth of the matter is, if you're doing YouTube for money, it's not going to be fun because I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, coming up on 5 years. And, you know, I just now started making money and it's really not much. So I can't really say that it's worth it in a monetary means. But to answer your question, just point blank, I would say I think just based off of what I know about my revenue panel right now, for short form it's like $2.50, and for long form right now it's about $3. But I can't be for certain on that because I haven't checked in a little bit. I don't usually keep tabs on it too much. I can tell you, like, within the last month or so, I've made like $11 off of YouTube. I'm gonna head out now. Enjoy streaming and enjoy Australia mode. Thank you very much, Snacks. Appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. 99% sure I'm the only one paying King's bills on YouTube. You and Gus are both members, and then I actually get a decent amount of views, but it's inconsistent. If it was consistently that many views on every single short and video I put out, I would be making probably closer to $20 to $30 a month. But it's a hit or miss on the videos. Some of them do extraordinarily well, some of them do extraordinarily bad. Who was your first member? It was Gus. Gus was my first one for a short period of time. It's Bionics was a member, and then you are also a member. You say Coral, she'll turn up now. Her ears are starting to burn. It's true, it's true. She's rapidly approaching the destination. Okay, this isn't terrible. The reference image I'm looking at as well, I think, I don't like that. I'm gonna try some things here. No. Still no. Maybe we forget about this window in its entirety. Simpson House win. Wait a minute. We are doing the Peppa Pig house. Accidentally. You good dog? Your vocal cords sound like they're dying. I have been exhausted lately. I don't know what's going on. I've been sleeping okay for the past month, I think. But for whatever reason, my body is just against me today. And that's okay. We're here, though. We're here. Allergies are picking up where I'm at, but I haven't had any issues this year yet, so I don't know if that's what maybe it's the beginnings of that. I don't know. We are gonna do some like some leaves, I think. Take some flowering azalea and probably some jungle, I think, because these will look okay next to each other. Yeah. What we can do is we can kind of do a sort of thing like this. And we can kind of have like a vine going up. And that'll fix the issue right there. I'm messing around with it a little bit though. That's not terrible. It solves a lot of the problems that we were having. It adds some greenery to it. There'll be another set of leaf wall over here as well to try to help connect things up. That should be okay. Because that's kind of the problem that we're going to run into, is it is a very plain wall. And we got to make it look a lot more interesting. So, we'll see. Do you know Gamerfleet? I don't believe so. Who's Gamerfleet? Tell me about him. I might know. Same same. The body is against me too today. That's fair. I was really hoping they had me fixed up. I wasn't thrilled about being on the medication they put me on, but I was willing to hear them out on it. And it was working okay for a little bit, but whatever else is bothering me is either it's strong enough that it's not, I need a stronger dose, or I need some other medicine that targets something more than just inflammation. Because whatever it is isn't fully taken care of by the meds, and it's not as effective as it was before. So I'm thinking about going back to the doctors and seeing what else they can do for me, because there's that plus all the other things. I'm like tired beyond belief. Let's see. Let's do like, we need to do something back here because I feel like it's a little plain. So even just, no, let's take it down right there even. No. No. It's about the only thing we can do there. Other than maybe... Yeah, wait, okay, hang on. Wall. We need cinnabar wall. There. The blocks look so much more vibrant when they were showing it at Minecraft Live. Yeah, they toned down the saturation and vibrancy on it all. Sadly. But that was due to community complaints. For some reason, the community said they looked too vibrant, and so they updated all that. I thought it would have looked so much better with a higher vibrancy, but it is what it is, I guess. Hello, Dojo. No more gold houses, sadly not. One day, one day. Had the same thing with the first med I tried. Hope they find something that works soon. I appreciate ya. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is happening. Yes, sir. Actually, like, this does look good. Now that I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure about it, but I'm starting to feel like this might be a winner. Now, what I do want to try is framing the house in mud instead of the cinnabar, which I realize is gonna mess up this whole front piece that I just did here. But at the same time, I just wonder if we have too much cinnabar here. I mean, obviously we gotta fix this, but mud. There we go. Oh, and the other mud. This one, yeah. There we go. Boop, boop. I guess it needs to go back too. All right, what are we thinking? Do we want to keep it like this, or do we want to do more like that? Obviously, this is a very, very small sample size. I feel like it looks bad like this. The other way almost looked more natural. It's like trying to build mangrove wood and sponge now. Yeah, this actually does work good with sponge, funnily enough. I saw somebody else have a block gradient with it where they were able to transfer into green from the sponge block, and it was kind of interesting. Mud doesn't look great. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same consensus there, because I was not liking it too much. I don't know what else we could do, in all honesty. I think it's just we have such a small area here that any other block we add is going to just make it more busy. We might be able to do something on the roof, but down here, definitely not. If we do anything, it also probably needs to be a more neutral toned block. So think something like deep slate or quartz or something of that nature anyway. Oh no, lonely chili dog all alone waiting for someone to eat it. What's up, Sonic? Let's come together. Sure is. Deep slate edges. I definitely think deep slate is a contender, especially up here, which I think this is probably a more fair place to test it than down there. Quartz would be cool. Match the window. It's a good point. Pale oak might even look fine too. Let's try some things out. So we'll try pale oak. We'll try quartz. I'm gonna use smooth quartz. And we'll try deep slate tile. I'm seeing some nether brick. Do you mean nether brick or red nether brick? I'll use both. And we'll just try... We'll try going up here. Oops. Hello Rift, welcome on in. I'm not, like, anti that. Oops. I'm not anti. I'm just not... I'm not certain on it. Let's try quartz instead. It's a little bit more neutral of a color and a texture. So that should help. What's up, Tails? Crazy stuff. Wow, how are you good at building? Patience. This started off looking really, really, really bad, and I think it's starting to get better. But I've had a lovely chat here to help me as well. We've been sitting here talking about the blocks and testing out different things. Quartz looks pretty good. Let's also try deep slate. This one might be coming down to preference at this point. Do we frame it white or do we frame it dark? I'm kind of leaning more towards the white over the dark. Let's try nether brick here. Yeah, no, I'm not thinking that one. What about this? I think this one's a little too close to the cinnabar, and we're trying to get away from the constant red and yellow tones. So it does look good, and it does fit, but I think quartz does it the best. So let's just go with... Dude, we got the whole gang. We got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in my chat, guys. This is insane. Reg gonna be a broken record. See anything more stuffs in mind? I don't believe I have had a chance lately, but I do want to. It is on my to-do list. Okay. Also, it is starting to get cold, so I'm gonna roll back down my sleeves. Okay, yeah, let's stick with the white. So quartz. This will just generally help the build a lot more. We could even attempt to try to do a gradient on the roof. I don't know how I'd feel about it, but we could attempt it. I've not figured out how to use cinnabar and sulfur ingredients yet, though. So that might have to wait. We'll see. Are you gonna pull up your sleeves if you're cold? Well, like, they were rolled up. I meant roll down. Boop. There we go. Gotcha. My drive continues to be on low space until I get more recordings or until everyone sees the stuff, so that's fair. That is fair. This is... The white is definitely a good call. I think I'm going to actually rip out the middle here, though. I think that part, it just doesn't look good on this. I used to know all the technical terms for it, but this part that juts out here, it just doesn't look right. The proper outline is fine, though. So we'll take it all the way up. Oops. Oops. And then this one right here would actually be... And boop, boop. Okay. Dormer? Is that what it is? You might be right. You might be right. Each recording takes around 5 to 10% at a time. Much pain. Oof. Yeah, no kidding, dude. That is insane. Here's your hydrate. Thank you, King. Good morning, USA. I have a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. We're getting all the famous cartoon houses. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what I'm thinking is sort of dormers are usually sticky out bits where windows are. That's more a continuation of the roof, so it's not sure if it's called the same. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. So I was actually thinking of putting a dormer over here, but I wasn't certain if they just were the same thing or not. Okay. We have deviated a lot from the image here, which is fine. I think that's a perfectly fine thing to do at this point. What I might even do... just to add a little bit more shape. It's gonna look wacky at first, but you're gonna have to trust me, guys, okay? Not there. Boop, boop. Cinnabar. It's very, very subtle. Hardly noticeable. Underside, it kind of makes it look a little smaller, but honestly, that's kind of a good thing right now. I will take it. That's fine. I also kind of think this could maybe extend in just a little bit. It's a little risky putting it that close, but it's fine. You could even just close it off and do that sort of thing instead. Not sure how I feel about that. It almost works, but I feel like it's not quite it. So let's at the very least kick it down to there. Okay. What's my minimum viable product here? Because I feel like I'm starting to lose steam. Yokai, yokai, watch. Yokai, yokai, watch. He can talk to the spirits. He doesn't have to fear it. You know, he's gonna hear it. Because, you know, he has a yokai watch. Dang. I haven't heard yokai watch in forever, it feels like. What game is this? This is Minecraft. We are just building some creative stuff here with the new blocks, cinnabar, and sulfur. Trying to get an idea of how they could be utilized within the world. Hello Mark, welcome on in. Let's do, like... down here even. So that'll come up, over. And this one will definitely come up to here. Okay, I feel like it needs to come over to about there. That's a tricky one. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I'm just considering options is all. I feel like it needs more leaves right about here. Of course, we'll do some flowers along the bottom as well. And then right here, I guess we'll go 2 from the edge. We'll do a windowsill right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like these 2 wide windows that we did here. So we'll keep that theme up. So this is where the second story windows will go, right here. Okay. And then right there. Okay, and then this vine will stretch out from there out this way. I'll just have like another big bush over here. Looking great, thank you. I do think it needs to have like a little bit of that, and this of course would also go up into the awning a little bit here. It doesn't ever go up into the actual roofing, I don't think. If they had like a mossy quartz, oh dude, we would be all over that. But there is no mossy quartz, so definitely not. Okay. Knuckles, that makes no sense whatsoever. Tails uses his thumbs, that makes sense. I'm watching. I don't even know what's going on. Can I have a Minecraft account, please? I lost mine and I really wanted to play, please. I don't give out Minecraft accounts because that would get really expensive really quickly. I would encourage you just to save up a lot of money and pick it up when you can. It's about $27 US, but you get both Minecraft Bedrock and Java Edition. So it's well worth the money. And then definitely write down your password. Okay, so based on this, we actually might finish. I'm not intending to do the whole house, just to repeat myself a little bit. Because there's a little bit too much for me to have to actually do here. I want the flower pot. Boop. But I do foresee us at least having something kind of finished, which is good. It's looking sick. Like, I would live here kind of thing. Which does take me back to another video idea I've had. I want to build, like, the dream house, basically. And just show you guys what that would look like, even. Because, I mean, I've talked extensively about stuff like that before. And my house sounds like it would be very convoluted at times. But I think it would be a funny video to show off. I have no clue what it would look like, though, in all honesty. I don't know, we'll figure that stuff out later. For now, we gotta finish this one. The leaves really tie that all together, oh my goodness. I think there needs to be a little bit more on this side, like a bush. Maybe right about here. Right there. So now we have Peppa Pig house. Do you plan on building Barbie house with cherry wood? I mean, it's on the list. We could do a Barbie house. Why not? Mow a couple lawns, wash a couple cars, shovel a couple snow driveways, and you'll get your money easily. Absolutely. Quite truthfully, if you wash, I think, probably 2 cars, more than likely that would be enough to get a Minecraft account. Let's see. Okay. see. What am I looking at here? What do we think? I think so. We need to add some stuff to the roof. So this is where we'll bring back in the dormer idea, and we'll pull it up. Yes, right about here. 1, 2, 3. Right about here. That might be a little too high up. That might be the tippy top of it. Okay. So if that's where we want the top of it to be, then that would mean we would do... Oh, geez, wait. Let's reconsider this. This is really high. Yeah, so if we do it the right way, that would be down from there. So it would need to be, I guess, down one more. Like right here. Maybe? That might work. I don't know. This is off. That's better. There we go. Oh, jeez. This feels way too low now. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's fine. This is certainly an idea of all time. And we'll just put like a little window right there, I guess. Maybe not even a window, just... It's just there kind of thing, maybe. Sure. Whatever floats our boat. Okay, welcome back from the ads, guys. Sorry about those. Do people still sell old accounts on eBay and stuff? I remember people used to do that sort of thing for other games. I think they do, but they have to get creative about how they list it, because it's technically not legal. So, it's usually removed from the website, but sometimes people get away with it. Let's look at some... Do we have, like, maybe a red flower of some sort? That could look good. We got red tulip. I probably should look at natural blocks and see what flowers we've got. We could pull in a crimson fungus, orange tulip. Let's do a lily of the valley, open eye blossom, cactus. Red tulip. Okay. Yeah. I also don't trust it. Yeah. that's the other part of it. I don't know if I would trust it. Kissin, welcome on in. Okay, then what I'm thinking is we need the 2 tall flowers. So we need like some pink petals. We need some lilac. And do we have any peonies? We do indeed. Okay. So right about here. Okay. And then Just trying to get us a little bit of a something something. And we need some smaller flowers over there, so these would be a good place for tulips. We got a pink tulip, a white tulip, and then allium. There we go. Okay. And we need something to just, like, close off that area as, like, a garden almost. But I'm not sure what that would be. Because of all these, walls, or, the leaves, sorry. I think I would go with something darker, more neutral. Just because it clashes a little bit with the deep slate, or not deep slate, with the yellow. You want something that will fly under the radar, so let's go with deep slate instead. Amy Rose, welcome on into the chat. I've got like a whole Minecraft Sonic the Hedgehog roleplay lobby going on. What is going on? Mr. Burtz, hello. Hello, welcome on in. Okay, let's close that off just really quick. This is gonna look ugly. It's a quick and dirty job, but it does the job nonetheless. There we go. Okay, then what I want is I just want to fill in like few of those just to kind of help filter out some of the color. Not a ton of it, but a little bit. And then right about here, we'll put a gate. We'll do a mangrove gate just for the red tie-in. Okay. It doesn't like stick out like a sore thumb or anything. It's just there. That's good. One other thing I'd like to do is a chimney. So over here, right about, I don't know, probably about here. It really should only probably be one block. And then I want to do some sort of trapdoor, but it can't be the pale oak because that's more of a decorative block. This needs to look more structural, so we'll use copper trapdoor. And then we need some candles. Would that look good? Or no? No. Okay. So then in that case instead, what we're going to do is we're going to use a campfire. And then we're going to use a slab. And we'll use, probably just blackstone maybe. Too small. It does feel a little small, doesn't it? Because right now it's... I'd go 2x2, okay. That's kind of what I was wondering about, because it feels... It feels very small for the size of build we've got here. So let's try that. In that case, let's do that size. Okay. Up. And do we even like the blocks I've set up here? I just don't want them to draw attention to themselves, basically. But I don't think sulfur would look right there, is the other thing. feel like it does draw attention to itself with black, so let's try a different slab. We could try some sort of cinnabar. Like, even just normal cinnabar. We could try granite. Otherwise, we've got quartz, copper, deep slate. Definitely leaning towards one of those more red tones. So we can get rid of you and put granite on there so we can see all four at the same time. From this angle, you can hardly tell what any of them are. In my opinion, I think the leftmost one wins, which I think is cinnabar. It is. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that then. It's a different shade of cinnabar. It's a different texture, so it still wins out there a little bit. Okay. Can't see on stream, my other screen too small. Yeah. That's fair. Okay. I'm not gonna do that side today. I don't really feel much like it. I may not do any of the other sides. This honestly isn't too bad. Like, I was worried about it trying to make it the star of the show and incorporating it into gradients and all that. Honestly, the star of the show isn't the block itself. It's more so integrating it into other blocks. So what we've done is we've used it as a very basic block, and the highlights are all about the pale oak and the flowers, the vines. The roof, the cinnabar, it does a pretty good job taking a lot of that spotlight, I think. So I think, honestly, it's a pretty good block. I would take these block sets. I'm gonna have to try and mess around with some other things as well, because this isn't bad. This isn't bad. It's got some ideas. At least I have some ideas going off of it. So we'll mess around with this some more in another stream probably. I appreciate you guys for being here. We may not do another stream on this. I don't know. It was fun though. It's been a while since we've done a creative building stream, so it's always a good time when we're able to do this stuff. What do we got? Okay, thanks for streaming. Thanks for watching. I appreciate ya. We will be going ahead and wrapping up today. I appreciate everybody for being here. YouTube, Twitch, both of you guys. Insane. Thank you. You forgot to build Peppa. Oh, that's my bad. Peppa's next stream. We'll build Peppa next stream. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid, shall we? I will say hello to... Do we have any Minecraft streamers out there? I mean, I've seen a couple, but I'm not sure. Let's, we said hello to them a while ago, I think, and they said hi to us once or twice. She's building a... Oh, that's a cool house. Okay. Yeah, let's go say... Oh, is Violet live? Hang on. If Violet's live, yeah, let's raid them. You are correct, they are. Let's raid Violet Fox then. Is she getting ready to end? She is getting ready to end. Maybe not. We'll have to do it next time. Let's check out... We'll do Breezy Brie Marie. She is live right now, building some sort of Minecraft house. So, hop in the raid, get some free channel points, meet a cool streamer along the way. You know my whole spiel. I appreciate you guys, genuinely. Always a fun time. I will be back on the Forever World probably on Thursday. I didn't have time to start the next video for the Forever World. So I didn't want to like start up a whole bunch of stuff and then have to try to explain that in the intro. So just bear with me. We'll be on there again at some point soon. Appreciate you guys. I think that's it. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.